Before Black Belle was riding through the bayous of Lemoyne, there was a real woman who robbed, rustled, and rode her way into American outlaw legend, Belle Starr. Newspapers called her the Bandit Queen. She ran with horse thieves, married into outlaw families, and carved out a reputation in the lawless corners of Indian Territory that made her one of the most notorious women of the Old West. Some of it was true, but a lot of it was half-truths, spun by dime novels and sensationalized press that turned a Missouri farm girl into a gun-slinging legend before she was even in the ground. And it's that legend, equal parts fact, folklore, and outright fabrication, that echoes through Black Belle and Red Dead Redemption 2. Same fearlessness, same refusal to play by anyone's rules. Same mythology built as much by the people telling the story as by the woman living it. So today we're separating the woman from the myth, who Belle Starr really was, how she died, and how a 19th century outlaw queen rode straight into a 21st century video game. Pull up a stool, grab a whiskey, and get comfortable. I'm Sam.
I'm Zai.
And this is the Outlaw Haven. That was a fucking shit show trying to record that. Golly.
Intro.
Alright, I stumbled through it. Well,
yeah,
let's get right into
it. Wow, dipping into the southern accent.
Let's get right into it.
But yeah, of course, we're talking about, I was gonna say Black Belle and Instinct, which, yeah, we are.
We are.
But yeah,
In a
most of
way.
it today is gonna be her inspiration, Belle Starr. It was honestly kind of difficult to find good, like, credible information about her. A lot
Like,
of it's
I
all
was
over the
looking at,
place.
even, historical society websites and shit, like, reputable sources. They were just like, "Oh, she maybe did this, and then she probably did that, and then maybe she went here, but there's no confirmed source that says this," and then I'm just like, "Okay."
Yeah, it's like looking at the historical sites from like Missouri and Arkansas, Texas, and whatnot. It's like most of them all say a different thing. And it's like, of course, some of it is like still the same throughout, but like it's definitely got some differences. So I tried to do the best I could, compiling it all.
I'm sure you
um,
did a much better job than I would've. I am terrible at research. I tried. I got, like, to the, maybe she did this, and I was like, "Alright, I'm not using that," and then gave
mhm.
up on it, so you are much better at researching than I am.
Yeah, I try to be. But yeah, I guess let's get into it. Born Myra Maybelle Shirley on February 5th, 1948, in Carthage, Missouri.
1848.
1848. um yeah, she was one of 6 siblings. She was the only female. And she was born to John Elizabeth Hatfield Shirley. Her mother was also 20 years younger than her husband John. So that's
Oh,
a thing.
wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude. And of course, her mother was related to the Hatfields, from the Hatfields and McCoys. And we talked about them a little bit within our last chapter. We talked about chapter 3 and the Greys and the Braithwaites. And then, of course, we talked about them in our
We did a
episode
whole
before.
episode on Hatfields and McCoys, did we not? Oh, we just did Grays
I
and
think we mixed them
Grays
in
and
with our
Braithwaite,
Greys and Braithwaites episode, yeah.
and we kinda mentioned them in Tori's episode a little bit too.
Yeah. Not a whole lot in his, which is kind of surprising.
Mm.
But yeah, during Belle's childhood, she actually once her family like moved to Texas like after the Civil War ended, she ended up spending a lot of time with other than Cole Younger. And then, of course, later on, also Frank and Jesse as they fell in with the Youngers and formed, of course, the James Younger gang. But it never, from my understanding, like, she never properly ran with, like, the James Younger gang. her and like her family would end up like housing them from time to time, but it wouldn't be anything super extraordinary or anything. But they kind of hit it off. Some reports, this is where stuff kind of gets messy. It's probably one of the bigger things that I seen when researching where it got messy. Because some reports say that Belle, when she had her daughter in 1868, that they named her Rosie. She went by Pearl, but it was debated on whether or not it was Cole Younger's daughter and not her husband at the time, Jim's. Some reports say that Cole did actually deny being the father, but Pearl did take on the Younger last name during her childhood. So it's kind of like, okay, did you just take that on because it's like, oh, look at me, I'm younger? Given, of
Right?
course, the rising infamy at the time of the gang. So it's hard to say. And of course, it's like, okay, it's a long time ago. We don't have the information and like research and shit that we do today. So who knows? But in November of 1866, she ended up marrying Jim Reed, who was a former member of the Quantrell Raiders, who we talked about in our Jesse James episode that we did a few months ago. And of course, it's also the same group that Frank and Jesse rode in during like that Civil War time period, which is kind of interesting. But they ended up marrying in 66, and like I said, they had their first daughter a few years later in 68, and I think they were in Texas at the time. They ended up moving to California, and then during that time I think they had their son, Edward, or Ed, and they ended up returning to Texas shortly after because Jim had warrants out for murder, of course. And
Was Belle Starr mentioned in
no,
the assassination of
not the
Jesse James?
assassination, no. Because the assassination
Huh.
mainly just jumped, was mainly like the end of
Oh, yeah, that's true. That
kind of
is
it.
like
So it was like after 76 or whatever.
fair. I just didn't know if she was. Oh no, I just didn't know if she was mentioned at all.
No, I don't believe so. So yeah, I didn't know that because even when looking up for information about like Jesse James or even Cole Younger, it's not even mentioned because I didn't know that until I was looking up information for Belle Starr, and I was like, oh shit.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
I think like even I tried to do some research, and I don't think I've like read anything about Jesse James until like right now.
Yeah, I think it took me a couple articles to actually like see anything. Of course, like when because the gang, the James Younger gang, was like formed down in Texas.
It's almost like the trying to map out where the Vanderlyn gang went,
Mm-hmm.
trying to map out where all she went, like Missouri to Texas to California to where else did she go? She went somewhere up north too for a minute, right?
Not that I was able to find,
I
at
I
least
don't
like
even know where I saw it. I
properly.
saw
Oh,
something
she
where
went up to
she like
Michigan.
Michigan. That's where I thought. Or that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, because she was held in a penitentiary in Detroit.
Ooh, sorry.
You're good.
I interrupted because I had questions.
Hey, that just increases our runtime. But yeah, so they returned to Texas and Jim started kind of running with the James brothers and then the Youngers and even Star's gang herself. And kind of during this time, they started doing more robberies. This is also again where things get messy because it's unknown exactly like how she took in some of these like robberies or if she partook in them at all because some accounts state that like Belle Starr disapproved of Jim's actions during this time, but also when they're in Texas for the second time, this is where she started going by the Bandit Queen.
Did she give herself that title, or did someone else give her that title?
She did give herself that title, I believe.
Very modest. It's a
Right?
very modest, humble thing to call yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, like some accounts just say that like Belle Starr was disapproving of Jim during when he was like robbing, but then others also say that like she only owned a livery barn near or in Dallas, Texas, and she would try to sell the horses that Jim went ahead and stole, but who knows? And then a few years kind of after and into that operation, her husband Jim robbed the San Antonio stagecoach and he ended up getting killed. And Belle Starr was named an accessory to murder, although it's also muddy on whether or not she was a participant in it. Most accounts say that she wasn't, so there is that. There really isn't a lot of information for the next umpteen years. I mean, of course, Belle Starr, she honestly is just a giant horse girl.
Same. See, I thought I was Belle Starr in a past life.
Right?
Like, she's a Hatfield, she's a Reed. She married Sam,
Right? Yeah.
and she stole horses. I too would steal horses
Yeah,
if
you
I was
punched your
alive in the
son
1800s.
for fucking mistreating one.
I also would punch my son for mistreating a horse. I'm telling you, it's me.
Right?
Me in a past life.
Yeah, it's like, so, yeah, kind of after like 74, it's kind of unknown exactly what happened because most after that just a jump to 1880 when she did marry Sam Starr, but some accounts say that like in 1878 she married Bruce Younger, one of the brothers. But I mean, either way, that marriage didn't last. So it's very unknown on if that is actually a fact or not. But
Wild how much is just speculation.
hmm yeah, because a lot of people, that's one of like the things with like her and like even Black Belle in game is she's had like multiple husbands and multiple relationships. And of course, when it correlates to like Red Dead, it's all of I think it's she had 6 husbands and like all of them died or something. So
How do we find that shit out? How do you find all this information about these
um
like side characters? Like, you
the
are
wiki,
literally
brownie
like an encyclopedia.
posters, analyzing the cutscenes.
Does she mention all of her husbands ever?
I think it's mentioned and mentioned somewhere. It might be mentioned in like the side
Probably online,
mission.
right?
Either in online or Theodore says it when you're talking to him.
Oh,
That's one thing I should have watched before this was yeah, that cutscene with Theodore because he talks a little bit about each of the gunslingers. Yeah, in on June 5th, 1880, she married Sam Starr, who's also a lifetime friend of the Youngers. So she really likes the people who know the Youngers, if not the Youngers
she's got
themselves.
a type.
Right? Yeah, no shit. But yeah, they started kind of after this, they settled down on a ranch that was renamed the Youngers Bend. It's like a desolate little ranch by the Canadian River.
Is it still there, like, to this day?
I do not know.
I wanna look. I wanna find out.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Does it say what state it was in or anything?
I could not find a state.
Younger's Bend, the historic 1880s hideout of the bandit queen Belle Starr and her husband Sam, is an active restoration site and private historical attraction located in Porham, Oklahoma. Today, the site features Belle Starr's gravesite and the recreation of her famous cabin. Oh, it's remote property, originally a sharp bend in the Canadian River before the Eufaula Dam. I don't know how to pronounce that. Don't come after me.
Yep, nope.
Altered its course, is currently maintained as a rustic, accessible destination for Wild West historians. I
Ooh,
want to go see it.
let's go.
It has a Facebook page. There's a Younger's
Ooh,
Bend Facebook page. I'm gonna like send it to you.
bet. Dude, we need to go on a road trip.
Dude.
Like, 'cause
Oh, that her grave is cool. Her her headstone has a pony on it.
Yeah, her daughter did that.
That's so cool.
Because her daughter came
Aw.
back after she died and eventually put up a gravestone that has a bell, a horse, and a
Oh,
star on it.
looking at the cabin just like gave me goosebumps. That was weird.
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be
Like,
such a fun road trip. Like go to New Orleans. Which is weird because I I don't think we mentioned at all last episode when we were, fucking talking about Saint Denis for the entire episode that oh yeah, it's actually inspired by New Orleans.
there's a picture of her on a horse. I'm assuming but there's a picture of her on a pony, and her hat does look a lot like Black Belle's hat
Mm-hmm.
with the flower. All right, we're
Yeah.
going on a road trip again.
Yes,
Let's
let's
go.
go. Exactly, go to New Orleans, hit that, yeah, that works. Do that. New Orleans, Younger's Bend, go to Tombstone. Hell yeah. Hit Missouri on the way up.
Anyway, continue. Sorry, I had to look
Oh
that up.
no,
I wanted to see if we could
1000%.
still see it.
Right?
If someone starts talking about like old houses and shit, I'm like, is it still there? Can I go see it?
Yep. It's the coolest thing. My house that I was born at, not at, but you know.
You were
um
born in your house.
no, I would have actually died then.
I know you would have died. I know you would have died.
I would have legitimately died.
You did.
I did. I would have not came back. But yeah, my house was actually built in 1883. It was the first house that was built on that block. And it used to be, I want to go back there and fucking ghost hunt because that thing is 1000% haunted.
Ooh.
Because that used to
Dude, why
be,
didn't we go look at it when I was there? We went to Brainerd.
dude, I literally don't know why I didn't tell it because like the detour went right by it. Or
Did
like
we actually
close
pass
to it.
it?
We didn't pass it, but like
Oh.
one of the roads we went on was like a couple streets across from it. But yeah, it used to be like a old doctor's office or like a clinic or a hospital or
Oh.
some shit. So
Oh
in the
yeah, that's haunted.
basement,
That's like
there's a whole
it's like
bunch of old fucking authentic medicine bottles that I have now. I don't know.
what?
Do I have any?
You didn't show me these while I was there?
Oh, I don't have any in my setup right now.
Dude, that's some haunting in Connecticut type shit.
Right? Hold on, let me dig through my shit here. Yeah, I don't have any medicine bottles that I can find in there, but you'll have to find them and take a picture and send them to you. But yeah, they're just like the little
Yes.
tiny medicine bottles that are like actually properly from that time period. And it's like, ugh, it's the coolest fucking thing ever.
Dude, why didn't we go there? We could have gone ghost hunting. I don't know if someone lives there now, but we could have gone ghost hunting.
I think they do. The house sold in like 2019 and hasn't gone on the market since, so people probably do.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm like, that's always been a thing I've thought of for the longest time was, oh, it'd be so cool to go back and like, not even necessarily like ghost hunt, but just to even be able to go back into that house and be like, oh, this is that and whatnot.
How old
Dude,
were
it's
you when you
like,
moved away from it?
I was 6.
Oh, so do you like remember it at all?
Oh yeah, I can still tell. I still remember the layout.
Damn.
I'll have to send you this listing on Zillow because I still have it saved. um, but yeah, it was really cool. It was the first house that was actually built on Oak Street, too. Oh, that's cool.
Anyway, I don't know how we got here, but
Yep, neither do I. But it was so funny though, because like me and my parents were watching 1883, and we were talking about because like they knew that like our house back then was built back in that time period, and they were like, when was it? And I'm like, oh, it was 1880. And they're like, how do you know that? Like, I know things. I do research.
see, that's why you do the research for this podcast because you know shit that I could never find on the internet. I don't know if it's because you just have more patience than I do, but You're way better at research than me.
It's weird. When it comes to research, I have patience. Anything else? No.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, one, it's Western shit, so it was my special interest. So of course I'm gonna go fucking gung ho on it.
That's fair.
But I guess anyway, back to the actual history. In, of course, 1880, like we were saying, she married Sam Starr, and while they were on the ranch, while they were at Younger's Bend, this is kind of when she started to kind of gain more of a reputation and like infamy and whatnot. Throughout the years, they kept on like kind of stealing horses, whatnot, have you. And in 1883, Sam and Belle were indicted for stealing some horses and ended up serving 9 months in a federal penitentiary in Detroit.
How did she end up in Michigan? Like in a Michigan penitentiary?
Fucking
It
no.
it sounds like she was like in like Oklahoma, Texas, like
Mhm.
southwest. Like how did she end up in a Michigan penitentiary for stealing horses?
Right? Yeah, I don't know. And through the next, 5 years, she ended up getting actually indicted 3 more times. And,
So how much time did she serve? Do we know?
she served
Like
9
total.
months. Total, I don't know.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Because from what I seen, it was like, oh, she was only indicted 3 more times for, like, of course, kind of the same stuff, but, like, it said no time except for, like, that one specific
It's
thing, which is kind of
crazy
weird.
how little documentation there is of shit like that.
I know, that was the thing. Because, like, even when I was thinking, before I started doing, like, actual research for it, I was like, oh, Belle Starr, this should be decently easy. And nope. No, the
No.
fuck it is not.
Like nobody documented anything back then apparently because what the
No.
fuck?
Like, I mean, and then too, like, that's just the difference. It's like looking at it from Jesse James, I mean, compared to Belle Starr. And it's like, if you look even at like their careers, Jesse James ended up dying in 82. Belle Starr didn't die until 89. But their careers are like the same ish time frame.
And his
Well,
is
the
way
same
more
time frame.
documented than hers, which
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Sexism.
damn. Like if you're a woman, you could just get away with whatever the fuck you want
Yeah,
because nobody documented anything.
it's like that's just it. Even doing research on like Pearl Hart, who is rumored to be like one of the first women to ever successfully rob a stagecoach. She's known as the Arizona Bandit. There's like really barely any information on her too, which is so
I say if you
interesting.
were a woman, you could get away with anything, but like women could be arrested for like looking at you wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like all the
Whatever.
witches burned at the stake want to disagree.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
Anyway,
um, we talk about, and I'll probably bring it up next episode when we get into, chapter 4 and whatnot. It's like with when you're doing a mission for, Sister Calderon and you get the, crucifix back and you run into Edith Downs as Arthur, like, her,
mhm.
one, being a prostitute, two, being a woman, and, like, yelling for the cops, like,
Oh, yeah, she, like, goes yelling for
uh-uh.
the cops, and the cops actually do something?
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, no, that would not have happened.
No.
I was actually surprised by that too when I, like, played that mission.
Right?
I was like, "Oh, she's a prostitute crying and needing help. They're probably not gonna come after me." And then they did come after me, and I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, huh?
The game made me do it.
Right.
I wasn't being mean to her. I only killed her husband." I
Yeah,
mean,
I only
tuberculosis killed her husband, I just sped up the process.
Yeah, I only beat her husband half to death and
I
threatened
just
her
sped it up.
son. It's fine.
Yeah. Details.
It's honest, it's so weird though how like you end up like it's odd that that she ends up moving like town to town, kind of like with with the gang. I mean, so does Mary Linton.
Yeah, see, it's like
But at least Mary
if the
Linton's
Pinkertons wanted to find them bad enough, they should have hired Mary Linton.
I know, right? Like, at least Mary
Drives me crazy.
Linton's in chapter 4, like, kinda makes sense because it's like, okay, at least they have it to where her father is there, so it's like, she has a reason. It's like,
Running into him in Valentine makes like no sense.
no.
But it sounds like she just like ran into him on and off for like years or some shit. At least
Yeah.
that's the way it like sounds. They make it
Mhm.
sound like that anyway.
Yeah, I'm just glad they didn't do, like, another encounter in chapter 6 like they do with Edith. That makes no sense.
Because like people like really wanted Arthur to like fall in love and like have
Mhm.
any sort of a relationship.
Well, I mean, even
And like
in like the gameplay trailers, they were like, "Oh yeah, Arthur's have like they literally said in the gameplay trailer that oh Arthur's gonna have 3 romantic interests."
they said that,
Yeah, they said that.
bitch, you lied.
And it was interesting because the frame that they said that on, I think, was a frame of him talking, I think either to Mary Beth or him talking to Tilly.
So Charlotte and Sadie were never options in that.
Mm-mm. People who
It
ship
was Mary
Arthur
Beth,
with
Tilly,
Sadie,
and
oh my god.
yeah, no, I
Well,
don't want Arthur and Sadie, or
no.
even Arthur and Charlotte. I do like Arthur and Charlotte better than Arthur and Sadie,
Mhm.
but
But yeah, both are like very much so like the same
they're grieving widows.
state.
Charlotte just buried her husband.
Yeah. Especially too being that like we can't actually have an interaction with her until chapter 6.
Mm-hmm.
Um so yeah, I
But
think
I never like really thought about Mary Beth or Tilly being well. You do dance with Mary Beth at that one scene, so I
mhm.
guess I did think about that. But like,
Yeah, you can dance with Mary Beth and Karen.
you can dance with Karen too.
In chapter 3 after you do Blessed of the Peacemakers, there's a scene that I only have ever gotten once where Dutch dances with Susan and you can with Karen.
What the fuck?
Mhm.
Why do I know nothing about this fucking game?
It only happens like I like and there's one other thing. I love that we're just talking about the game now. But
I know, right?
like there's one other thing after you do Blessed are the Peacemakers where Micah and Dutch and Pearson will actually come up and apologize to Arthur. I have never fucking gotten that. Like ever.
Neither have I. But
I've
like
seen
the
it.
thing
I've
is
seen
like after you
clips.
do Blessed are the Peacemakers, all that's left is Short Walk in a Pretty Town. So I'm
Mhm.
just always like, let me just rip this band-aid off.
Yeah, same.
As
It's
soon
like
as I finish Blessed are the Peacemakers, I go right into Short Walk in a Pretty Town.
yeah,
I've
same.
never like just hung out in camp between that.
Yeah. I did that, like, my last playthrough purposely because I did that for kinda all of my missions because I was like, "Okay, I wanna see what happens in camp after this point."
Damn, I need to hang out in camp
But,
more.
yeah, it's, like, the first I think it's the first night, like, after or is it? No, it's after Blessed, I think. It could be maybe after the bank robbery, but I wanna say it's after Blessed or the Peacemakers.
I'm gonna have to hang out in camp more.
Yes. Yeah, I know, we'll have to
There's
do
so much dialogue that gets missed because it's just camp conversations.
Mhm. I mean, I found a YouTube video that's like 2 hours, just over 2 hours of just camp conversations.
And is it all of them or is it just like some of
All of
them?
them. It's a lot.
I don't want to watch it though. I want to experience it for myself.
I watched it because I want details.
I want those details too, but like I just want to like it's so much more immersive when you're doing it in the game than watching a YouTube video.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like if I'm looking for like a specific one, I have it saved in my saved for later so then I can go back to it. But honestly, we need to do an episode on like just the camp interactions and like
Yeah, I want to
camp
do
conversations,
more of like these like
hidden
more
moments.
detailed moments. Like
Mhm.
it's fun doing the chapter breakdowns, but like I want to do more of like the camp conversations, the like hidden dialogue, the journal entries in the newspaper clippings, and then all the mail. I'm dying to talk about the mail. There's a mail wagon that you can steal like a shitload of mail from, and you can just read all those letters.
Cumberland Forest. I don't think I even had all the journal entries written as like an idea. Yeah, we should definitely do that at like, I'm writing that down so I don't forget it.
Okay. I think we've talked about it once before, but
yeah,
I definitely would love to do a journal entries episode. I'm like, I don't know how we would do that because I don't want it to just be us like reading the journal. We'd probably like read some of the journal entries and then like go off topic like we are right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean definitely that one I could see being, God, that would be a good damn it. I hate that we didn't think of that like
one might
earlier.
Be a two-parter.
Because that'd be probably
Journal
more
entries
than a
might be a
two-parter.
two-parter.
Could
Fuck
be.
yeah.
I
If
could
you
see
guys
that
want
being
it,
a
let us know.
three-parter.
If you want it, tell us please, because I want it.
Oh, we are 1000% doing that. I hate that we didn't think of that sooner.
yeah.
Because that would have been great to do like in between our chapter breakdowns or at the end of each chapter. Go over like the entire chapter in the journal.
Yeah. Okay, back to Black Belle. Sorry, we had to go on a tangent.
Oh God, you just
that was a
so robot. Ooh.
That was a train wreck. Oh no.
You're fine now.
Is it better?
That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
In 1887, Sam ended up being killed in a gunfight. It's unknown whether it was like, of course, like with everything when it comes to fucking Belle Starr, it's messy. So it's unknown whether it was like just a gunfight with another outlaw, or some reports say that like it could have been with like an actual officer. Like after that point, Belle Starr, she ended up settling down with like some say that like she only found one new lover who's unnamed. Others say like she found other multiple lovers within like this time frame, but of course she at this time was still staying there at Yonkers Bend. And a few years later, in 1889, she was shot in the back. And of course, that killed her. The murderer was never identified. There were many suspects, including her own son, Edward, who I think a few months prior to that is when Belle Starr beat him over mistreating her horse, which
justified.
Very. So yeah, no one was ever convicted of her murder at all. But soon after her death, a novel called Belle Starr, the Bandit Queen, or The Female Jesse James by Richard K. Fox. He sold it for $0.25. And Belle Starr was buried at the Yonkers Bend property. And her daughter, Pearl, started going by Starr instead of Younger like she had throughout all of her childhood. And she started putting some money together. Some of it's rumored that like she started putting this money together after working in like some brothels and doing it that way. Some sources also just don't say anything. But she eventually got enough money to put together a headstone, and it's got a bell, a star, and a horse engraved on it. And of course, it's on that property, and you can still go see it today, like Sam said. And really, that's all I was able to find for Belle Starr. There's probably some stuff I missed.
Wild.
Some stuff I probably got incorrect.
Probably. Yeah, like there's so much random information about her that's so contradictory. That's like, I don't know what's true and what isn't. So we did the best we could.
Yes,
you did the best you could. I was an idle bystander. I was there for moral support.
Yes.
I'm not going to take any credit for any research in this because
Now we can get into the fun stuff with Gunslinger Mommy.
Gunslinger Mommy!
By the way,
new merch alert!
I haven't married, but new merch. It's so good. Oh my god.
Dude, I can't wait to buy this shirt.
Yeah, it's available now. Sam did an amazing fucking work on the artwork, per usual.
Oh, thank you. I don't like compliments. Thank you.
Neither do I. But she did an amazing both color version, and she also did a version in red, and it is fucking sick.
I worked really hard on it and gave myself a migraine because I hyperfixated on it for 6 hours. I gave myself a migraine because I forgot to eat.
Mood.
Yeah.
I would too.
I was having so much fun. I love how it turned out.
Oh my god, it turned out so good. I'm so excited to order it here.
What all did you make? You made like
We've
t-shirts
got t-shirt. Let me actually see here.
You're gonna have to send me the link to it because I need it.
Yes, I will. got t-shirts, mugs, hoodies. I've got a tote bag. We've got magnets, stickers, notebooks, whole 9 yards. All right. So
Right.
in game, her full name is Maybelle Elizabeth Coulter. Of course, Maybelle is Belle Starr's middle name, and she's played by Rebecca Watson, and she's.
Was there like a reason why there's a Coulter and her last name is Coulter? Is there like a correlation? We know,
I
or
don't
it's just a
think
thing.
so. I think it's just a thing. And the reason why, like, I
Okay.
know her last name is like Coulter is because they're in online. If you have your camp theme set to Bounty Hunter, and if you go into your tent, there's a bounty poster there for Black Belle. It doesn't have her face or anything, it just has like her name on it. And you can also find Javier's
Oh,
bounty poster in there, which is kind of cool.
oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
But you can also find Javier's and Shady Belle too. You know, it's so weird that nobody says anything about that. About Javier's bounty poster
You're,
being in Shady Belle.
I
'Cause
learn something new every time we record.
it's not in there when you're doing the mission with
Where
John
is
helping
it at?
clear out. It's in the staircase room. It's like right past
Like
that
Hosea's room?
not Hosea's room. It's like in basically like the stair like landing room right after when you enter the double doors, if you go through that arch like
Oh,
right in the
okay.
middle, it's right on
Mm.
the interior wall right across from the staircase where the other arch that goes into like the dining room is.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's got
Weird. I never
Javier's bounty
noticed.
poster. But yeah, it's weird. No one says anything on it. Like, what? But yeah, you can find her bounty
Yeah, that's
poster
weird.
in Reddit online, which is really cool. Of course, you know we know her as Black Belle or Gunslinger Mommy if we want to make jokes. But she's one of the four
Why do we call her
gunslingers.
Gunslinger Mommy? Where did that even come from?
I don't know.
It's just like everyone I know calls her Gunslinger Mommy, but I never heard where that came from.
Uh-uh.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know where that started. Yeah.
Continue.
But yeah, she's one of four of the gunslingers we meet during the Noblest of Men in a women's side quest. She's also the only woman in that side quest. I mean, hence the name. And she's also the only one that ends up actually escaping alive from that side quest.
Yeah, she's the only living photograph that you can take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll probably go like properly in depth into that mission during an actual side mission episode that we'll do eventually here. I don't fucking know
Yeah,
when we're
because
gonna do it.
that's whole story goes on and on. Like
Mm-hmm.
even after you get it, there's quite a bit more to it than just finding them.
Yeah, it's intensive because it's like you've got yeah all of that, and then after that you've got to go and get Slim Grant and get that duel, and then after that it's done. But
And I think it's stupid when you're doing that mission. Of course, I'm probably gonna bitch about this again when we talk about this later, but the fact that you have to go get pictures of all four of those gunslingers, then you have to go all the way back to Valentine to give it back to
you don't have to
Theodore
do that
Levinson.
until you get it like get all four of them done though.
That's what I said. Once you get all four of the gunslingers, once you get all four photos, you go back to Valentine to talk to Theodore Levinson or whatever his name is. Levins? Is
Yeah,
it Levins or Levinson?
I think it's Levens.
I'm thinking of Jan Levinson. Theodore Levins. Um, you have to go all the way back to Valentine to go give it to him,
And he's not even
but
there.
he's not even there. He's in Saint Denis. So I gotta
Mm-hmm.
go all the way back across the damn map to go back to find him on a boat
Yeah,
when I was
which
already in Saint Denis.
I mean
Oh wait,
is
no, I was when I did it
yeah.
because I took my time. So I was already in chapter 4 when I finished it, or chapter
Yeah.
6.
Well, you can only finish it in chapter 4.
Really?
Yeah, because I was looking at the guidebook literally before
Why?
we started this episode.
I didn't
And
know that.
yeah, after you do like a certain mission is when you can finish it up. But I mean, it makes sense why you have to go back to
Makes sense why you have to go back to
Valentine.
Valentine, but it's just like
It's yeah,
I have to go there so they can be like, "Oh yeah, he's not here. He's in Saint Denis."
yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah, go back to I mean, I definitely suggest if like you're doing that side quest, complete it. Wait until you get to the second part and then do the second part as John cuz
Oh.
But then you get the money that
You get
Theodore
oh, yeah, you
Levin
do get
gives
more
you. But if you're
and you
Arthur,
get, like, extra dialogue.
you don't.
I like doing yeah, you do, because he says, like, "I knew Arthur" or something.
No, yeah, you get extra dialogue, but
Even if it's just like a, "Yeah, used to know Arthur," and they're like, "Okay, this is what I have for you," or whatever.
yeah, that's basically like the
I just like
extent of
I like all the extra dialogue I can get. So I love doing a
same.
mission that I started as Arthur and then finish as John just for the extra dialogue.
Yeah,
Just
it's
to
like
talk about Arthur some
in
more.
this case, it's like it's great because, of course, as John, you get like the money that Theodore promises you, but with Arthur, you don't.
You don't?
No,
Why not?
because somebody had to die.
Oh, so you get the money, you just die right
I
after.
I don't even know if you get the money because I think it takes a bit. I guess depending on what part, if you did it in chapter 4 and not in chapter 6, you probably would get the money. I guess I don't know. I haven't done it as I always do it as John
I've
because
never
of the
done it
money
as John.
factor. But
I never thought of that. I also just don't care about getting money. Like, yeah, you want money when you're John, I get it, but like there's so many like gold bars you can find that
yeah.
it's I don't care that much. Like same thing with the Aberdeen pig farm thing where people will like leave money for John
hmm
by doing that mission, and I'm just like, all you have to do is go to the statues.
Yeah, I'm like I'll do it at the end of my playthrough because usually I'll have like a good amount stacked up, especially this last playthrough that I did. Because then as John, I will go through and literally buy every single outfit and every single accessory and every single clothing item. But I guess anyway, back to Black Belle.
Anyway, sorry, man, my ADHD is really ADHDing
Hey,
tonight,
we love it, Ben. um, but yeah, you meet her during the side mission, but she's also available in online, and she has such a badass starting cutscene.
dude.
You walk
I love that.
into Old Harry's Fen, which is just southeast of Braithwaite Manor, and kind of by Catfish Jackson's as well, in like the old church by
It's like right by the location of the legendary panther.
yeah, it's like right by that too. But you walk inside and she just lights a stick of dynamite. It's just so
Just casually.
badass. Just casually. Um and then she fucking
And
takes
then
the fuse out with her teeth.
yeah. Yeah.
Hot.
Hot. I need to change the shirt so it says I have the hots for Gunslinger Mommy. I'm
um
bi for Gunslinger Mommy.
her but her first robbery ended up taking place in Rhodes. Where she became the infamous and only surviving member of the Coulter Tobin gang, and apparently her outlaw life led her to amassing a bounty higher than Landon Ricketts. Yeah, which we also don't know what Landon Ricketts' bounty is, like, throughout both games.
Imagine it's pretty fucking high.
Yeah, it's known that she was married 6 times to 6 different men, and she never divorced any of them. She also has a secret card.
Yes. And it looks nothing like her, in my opinion.
Yeah, it looks weird. Like I said, in Red Dead Online, we meet her in Old Harry Fen, where she lights a stick of dynamite, and when she realizes that the player isn't like a bounty hunter, she kind of calms down and gives us work to go back into Rhodes to rescue some of her old gang members that are about to be hanged, and you
Even if
can
we are a bounty hunter.
yeah, we could
I
all
only
be
have our bounty poster.
yeah, it's fine. But after you do that initial like completion mission, you can go back to her and get jail breakouts, wagon thefts, paid killings, supplies destructions, and coach holdups. Of course, doing as the mission, you will lose honor, but
Yay.
worth it. Honor is so easy to gain in Red Dead Online.
It really is.
You feed your horse once and you're high honor.
Dude, I have to try so hard to be low honor online.
Yeah, it's difficult. But during the main events of Red Dead 2, Arthur, of course, he's tracking down all of the other infamous outlaws that knew Jim Boy Calloway. And, of course, one of them is Black Belle. She's located in the swamp in a lone standing shack standing on stilts. I forget what it's actually called.
I'm gonna look it up.
But she gets approached by Arthur and
It's Canebrake Manor?
Canebrake, okay.
I've never heard that before in my life.
Same. But interesting.
It doesn't look nice enough to be called a manor.
Right? But yeah. And her shack is also pretty close to the houseboat. And kind of talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, Arthur approaches the
You,
shack and Black Belle's immediately like, "Are you a bounty hunter?"
dude, you sounded like her when you just said that.
Weird.
Your voice sounded just like hers. That was weird.
And he's like, "No," and then she's like, "Well, you're none the wiser because all you done is led them boys here." And fucking Arthur looks behind him, just bounty hunter, he's just strolling up. Fucking dumbass.
Oh, those bounty hunters.
Yeah. And then Arthur, he's like, "I can talk to him."
I could tell him he left. That's some shit my dad would do. Like, that's such a dad thing. I could tell him he left.
Right?
Thanks, Dad.
Of course, Black Belle, being the fucking badass she is, turns him down. And she's like, "Help me, you want that story? Get up here, help me fend him off." So Arthur gets up there, and then we learn, oh, Black Belle's even more of a badass, because she has fucking explosives rigged around her entire shack.
Honestly, amazing that she didn't blow Arthur up before he even got the chance to, like, walk up the stairs.
Right? Yeah, considering it's, like, on that main boardwalk. But, one of them ends up walking down that boardwalk, and the poster that the guy has is like not even Black Belle's bounty poster. It's for an entire different bounty.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know who it's for, but he's totally like, want to talk, blah blah blah. Black Belle gives Arthur a signal to hit like the plunger that's on the little fence on the deck, and Arthur hits the plunger and the man blows up. And of course that turns into a gunfight, as usual.
Another gunfight.
Yay.
Yay, another gunfight.
That one's done, and then there's another one off to the side where there's another set of dynamite rigged up by the outhouse. And that one goes off, and then after that, things kind of slow down, and eventually the shootout ends, and Black Belle does actually stay true to her promise, and tells Arthur a little bit about Calloway, although she only states to him as Little Boy Calloway, not Jimboy Calloway.
Only running he ever did was away from a fight.
Mm-hmm. That he was mostly a coward and never ran towards fights, only away from them. She also states that real gunslingers never had time to tell any of their tales to writers because they were too busy, like, worrying about their own necks. And of course, suggests that a lot of, like, Jim Boy's Calloway stories are fake and whatnot. And of course, that leads in, like, the dime novels and whatnot. But Arthur
So
still's like,
is Jim Boy Calloway supposed to be like Jesse James or some shit?
no.
Oh.
Because we have a real life version of Jesse and Frank.
Is there a real life Jim Boy Calloway?
Um,
I only say that because Jesse James is way more famous than Belle Starr.
right. I don't think there is. From my research, I really couldn't find any. But, I mean, I've seen that, like, a lot of people do say that, like, the movie Unforgiven, which I would like to cover eventually on here, do get into, are kind of similar to Emmett Granger and Jimbo Calloway. And Roger credits it as, like, being one of his main kind of inspirations for the game, because I think he ended up asking, like, some of the team at Rockstar, being like, "Hey, is there any, like, media I should watch?" And they're like, "Yeah, Unforgiven," because it's, like, an Western set and, like, out in the Australian outback, and it's, like, these two brothers with kind of butting heads and loyalty and whatnot. So very much so the whole, like, John and Arthur storyline, which is cool. But Arthur, of course, asks for that photograph, and you get it, and she poses with, She's also the only one not to have any, like, unique weapons, because you can get from the other 3, like, all their revolvers. But Black Belle just has a standard Lancaster repeater and her, Cattleman. So
You know there
her
is a
crossbow
Belle
shield.
Starr movie?
Oh, yeah, there is. Totally forgot about that.
It's from 1941.
1941. Bet movie night. Let's go.
Yep, let's go. I don't
Um,
know where to watch it, but just
Riot.
let me check.
But yeah, Arthur gets that photo of her, and yeah, that's kind of all we know. There is about, like, Black Belle, that's all we get of her. Um,
We that taking the picture of her is so uncomfortable because she's like, uh, you done yet? Like, I'm like, wait, I want to see what all the poses are that I can do. But she's like, she gets so mad when you ask her to change poses.
right.
I'm like, I want to make sure I get the best one. I want you to look badass because you are.
Right? I know, I forget, like, so much that, like, there actually are different poses you can have her do, because I just do the default one. But there's a couple
I
different
think I've,
ones that you can choose from.
yeah, there's a few different ones. I just hate asking her to move. I've never like gone through and just like make her pose until she like either gets like will she eventually get mad and just be like, "Okay, you're done," and like walk away?
No, it's scripted. So then once you take
Okay.
the photo,
So
it
she
goes into it.
okay. I didn't know if she'd eventually get mad and just leave cuz like that's what it feels like.
No, I don't think so. Apparently, there's a camper in, like, around that you can run into that will talk about Black Belle, and he'll say that, like, apparently she was in Tucson and, like, they ran into each other or something. Which
I don't know that I've ever found that.
I don't think I've ever found it either. I only seen it when I was looking up Black Belle stuff on the wiki. But yeah, that's all I got. Cool.
Please go check out our merch. I worked really hard on the art for this one, and it would mean a lot to me if you actually did go look at this one. I know I always say, like, go look at our merch or don't, but, like, this time it would actually mean a lot to me if you checked out our merch because
So good looking.
I worked really hard on this one, and I'm so proud of it, and that migraine that I got from it really sucked.
Boo.
Anyone who's ever had a migraine will understand.
Uh-huh. So worth it, though. It turned out
Yeah.
fucking amazing. I'm like, I can't wait to order it.
Same. I need that shirt right now. All right, that's all I got.
But yeah,
Roll the
that's
outro.
good.
That's it for us today, Outlaws. Thank you so much for spending time with us here at the Outlaw Haven. It really means a lot to us. We upload every Thursday at 3 a.m. Eastern Time, so if you like what you heard, make sure you follow or subscribe wherever you're listening so you don't miss what's coming next. Also, please take a moment to leave us 5 stars because it's the best way to support what we do. I'm Sam.
I'm Zaya.
And this is the Outlaw Haven.
This world has a lot of ugly in it, but it sure as hell has a lot of beauty. You eat babies.